Hello, hello, and I hope everyone's doing well this evening. I want to say hello, Jeebus. Sorry I don't have the fishing up on my main streams, but yeah, since I'm usually playing like narrative focus games or other more focused games like that, I tend to just not include it since I'm doing full screen and usually just edit these down for YouTube later. And fishing's great, but it pops up and makes lots of noises. So for my Wednesday main streams, I just don't run it. But like I said, any other time I do. For today, we will be doing Arcadia Fallen, a game where we play as a young alchemist who's unwillingly bound to an illegal spirit. We seemingly get caught up in a war and must work with others to escape our doom. As with many of the other games I've done on here, I haven't played this one before, so I'm not sure how long it's going to take. I've heard it's somewhere between 3 and 5.5 hours, so I'm just going to assume it's going to take 2 sessions anyway. So what's going to happen tonight, since we're starting so late, is we're going to get about 2.5 hours of gameplay in, as I plan to stream till about 1 Central in the morning. And then depending on how it goes, like if we have good vibes from it or people really enjoy it, etc., I'll either schedule it as an early July main stream to finish it up, or otherwise I'll just figure out some other time to slot it to finish it up, or finish it up on my own off stream. One of the two. Anyway, with that said, we're just going to get right into it since it's a shorter stream tonight. So I think this one has some voiced over cutscenes, but I don't think it's fully voiced over. It's totally fair. I appreciate you being here, Chibis. If you need to go to bed, I totally understand. Oh, we have a guest? Welcome. I was just about to tell a story. And I think I may have just found the perfect main character. What do we call you? No, we're gonna be Haru. So, one thing I was happy about this game is it's one of the games out there that I can actually be non-binary in, which is always exciting for me. I don't always get that option. And we can be androgynous with they, them. We'll go with style 2. Oh, that's eyes. That's closer. Go with that. Sure. And blue. That will work.
This is it.
I can't believe this.
Kind of want something in
Yes.
between these two.
Actually,
Awesome.
I'll be off then.
I'm sorry.
I did it.
Whatever. I did it. Haru, are you ready to become a legend? Sure. Let's do it. It's kind of what I did in my head.
From the
Just flipped a coin.
shimmer of light in the workshop, you felt safe to the broken glass in the streets, reflecting a fright. Desperation can set the stage for acts of villainy, and heroes may need to confront their demons in more ways than one. For a choice
An
to be
opening
made,
movie.
you
That's
must
exciting.
overcome the binding and twining of souls are born. So strong it may just keep you bold and tall. Yes, you. What will you do when the call for action beckons you to choose? Yes, you. What will you be? A hero, a villain, or a monster indeed?
Yes, all my Pride games earlier in this month required content warnings. This one has not, as far as I've known. To the east, way past even the capital of Herodes, lies a small town known as Anemone Valley, and in the town sits a very special shop. Despite its modest size, the store is visited by most, for it is the only one of its kind in town. A store that sells alchemy. It is owned by Elizabeth, a master of her craft and well expected among those who buy her wares, and you just happen to be her apprentice.
Thank you for your purchase. Please come again.
Oh, we're voiced over. I don't have to voice myself. Master is firm but kind in her teachings. She treats you like herbs with religious dedication. For the better part of your life, you've been trying to learn as much as you can from her.
We are running low on headache remedies. Would you mind handling the room table for a moment?
Sure. We'll do it.
Of course. I'll get to work at once.
The rune table is an artifact provided to alchemists by the School of Magic. It runs on core controlled magic and can be manipulated by anyone with the proper training. It is, of course, not as powerful as an actual mage, but is quite practical for making household charms and remedies. Headache cures being one of the more popular options. Yep. Yeah, that's probably why we had to pick a voice. I was figuring we were just going to get a couple lines here or there, or potentially grunts or something, or for like some animated videos, we'd potentially have that. Because I'm pretty sure there's going to be a few more animated videos in this throughout the story. I wasn't actually expecting it during the main narration stuff. It's always hit or miss in these visual novel games like this, whether or not anything's narrated in the main part, as voice acting is not cheap. You get to work preparing the ingredients as a tall man with intimidating glare enters the store.
What can I do for you today, sir?
Spare me. Just give me the usual. Make it quick. I don't want to stick around in this creepy freak show any longer than I have to.
Right. One remedy coming right up.
Behind the man, a shadow moves. Child peeks out, staring around the room with big, frightened eyes. You haven't seen the kid around the shop before. By the looks of it, he's been told one too many tales of child-eaten potion makers. Oh, we're just gonna continue to be super friendly. Smile at the kid and give a friendly wave. At first, he freezes, realizing he's been caught, but then he slowly emerges and gives a shy wave back. Elizabeth coughs to get your attention, and you realize she's looking at you expectantly. Oh, right! The potion! Begin by placing lavender into the table. Ah, that part, and that part. Turn the center wheel. Match any pattern to the right by mixing the ingredients in the center. Customer wants a strong headache remedy. So we need 2 of the yellows, 1 of the blues. Ah. That's how we do it. We can circle them that way. Okay, I get this. A little bit of puzzle stuff going on. You made strong headache remedy. Hand over potion. Mix again. Hand the potion to Elizabeth.
Here you go, sir. One extra strong headache remedy.
Elizabeth hands the potion to the customer, who pays with a grunt and nothing more. Do you need help with anything else? Ah, we are done with voice stuff apparently for the character. Are there any other potions we should restock? If you like, I could go get you more supplies.
Well done.
In a moment, dear. I just wanted to tell you how proud I am of the way you handled that. I know it's difficult to keep calm when someone like that's in the store. I try.
Happy to help.
Thank you. I do my best. Though he really was quite a character.
So that's how it is.
I agree. However, given the state of things, incidents like these are hard to avoid. People like us have to pick our battles carefully, lest we end up in a position where we can do nothing at all. But not for that. I have another job for you. We just used up the last lavender making that remedy. Would you be so kind to go buy some more? Sure thing.
I'll do it.
Great, I'll go right away. Yep, just the first few lines. Which is how a number of these go. Which I don't mind. It gives you voices in your head for what the characters sound like. And then for very key moments, the voices usually come back in full. It's how another one I was playing was done as well. Because a lot of these games have a lot of lines.
Thank you, dear.
Thank you. Please hurry, though. We want another angry customer to come in only to discover I'm all out of their hangover cure. You gather their things and leave the store with a small wave. Well, the flower shop seems like a good place to get lavender. Hello? The flower shop smells heavenly. Strange exotic plants are growing everywhere, the colors vibrant and glowing with the faintest hint of magic.
Come in, come in. Here to pick up supplies, I presume? Oh, perfect timing. Today's been so slow. I was going quite mad. How are things?
The owner, Quinn, has had the store for a little over a year. First full year of a small town having their very own mage. Oh, I can't just be cheerful. I'll just go sarcastic. Oh, you know, the usual. Happy customers all around. Well, you know, customers just really know how to make you feel appreciated for the hard work we do at the shop.
Oh, dear.
That bad, huh? Guess I should count my blessings that I haven't had any customers today. It is only natural that things are a bit tense. After the Ivy Woods wilted, people are suspecting some wicked magic at work. Yep. It's how I usually roll in life. If I can't just be happy and friendly, sarcasm just pops out. Which, of course, means people are less keen on coming near us, magic folk. Questions. The Ivy Woods melted? What happened to the Ivy Woods?
How curious.
Like, you haven't heard? And here I thought small town news was supposed to travel fast. Yesterday, an entire section of the forest just died. I wanted to go gather some supplies and see if perhaps it's a rare disease killing the trees. But I can't leave the shop, and I don't want to be caught out there investigating. People might start suspecting I was the one that did it, and I really don't need that time of attention. What kind of samples do you need?
Actually,
Anything would do at this point. Cutting from a dead tree, a pinch of the dirt, it could all tell me something about how it died. Sure.
I'll do it.
I'll go get it for you. The forest isn't that far, and it might help.
absolutely not.
Elizabeth would kill me if she found out I sent you out there alone. It's dangerous, you know. No one but a trained demon hunters would or should go out in the area. No, it's better to let the officials handle this. I'm sure they'll figure out the cost enough. Hopefully then things will calm down. Spoil sport. That sounds boring enough. Well, take it from someone who grew up in a school of kids who randomly set things on fire by accident. Sometimes boring is good.
Tell me about...
Yeah, that's fair. Though sometimes old men just hand you random swords when they say it's dangerous to go alone. And that's the proper way to start an adventure. No customers came by today? You're the first. It's quite odd. By this time, I usually have at least a couple people poke their heads in, out of curiosity, if anything. But today's been completely quiet. Starting to wonder if perhaps I'd missed some kind of local holiday tradition. I guess, in the end, people are just wary of magic due to what happened in the forest. It's sad. People suspect magic?
What do you mean?
People always suspect magic. It's easier to blame something you don't understand, especially when you're only exposed to hearsay and rumors. People out here don't experience the good sides of magic, like the self-driving wagons and other handy devices created by the Tinkerers at Erodus, or other grand theater shows of the illusionists down south. They do have you, though. Your shop is quite wonderful in its own right, though.
Thank you.
And I do believe the people here are warming up to me. After all, flowers and herbs are hardly something you can create with much controversy over. Which is also why it was I and not some firework tinker who was sent here. You were sent here?
So,
You didn't choose her to come here yourself? Oh no, darling. When I made you graduates from the academy, we're assigned to shop to practice our craft. We do get to make proposals for where we'd like to go, but ultimately it's up to a council to distribute the graduates. They consider the needs of the towns and cities and the danger mages might pose if they work without supervision. I, for one, am quite happy where I ended up. You like it here?
really?
You actually like it here? I thought you'd want to be somewhere more, lively, like in one of the capitals or something.
Just imagine.
No, that's way too dull. I wouldn't learn anything in a forest full of bricks. Out here, I'm right in the center of the greatest garden of all. Not to mention the fascinating underground of the magic mines. Energy coursing through the soil here is completely unique. I keep finding new specimens that would make students back at college green with envy. And what are the flower tinkers?
Really?
They're seriously mages who just make fireworks? Of course, but they're not just fireworks. They are the best, most beautiful fireworks in the continent, created to dazzle and entertain. They are a marvelous sight to behold. Sounds amazing. Sounds like a dream. Yep, I'd love to see that one day.
Actually,
You'll have to go to the capital to see it, I'm afraid. Such magic has to be performed under strict supervision. It is worth the journey for sure. I have no more questions.
Actually,
I was sent here to get lavender, not ask questions. Do you have any?
oh, you'll love this.
Of course, of course. The world can't go around without the madam's great headache remedy, can it now? Give me a second. Quinn finds the herbs you asked for, and you pay your wares.
Come back soon.
Do say hi to Elizabeth for me when you get back. It's getting late, but the streets are still buzzing with activity, citizens making their final rounds, shopping and greeting friends while walking home from work. A bard is sitting on the stones of the square, entertaining a small group of children. You find yourself pausing to listen in as he spins his tale.
And then, the Witch Queen of the North raised an army of demons from the depths of the mountains and laid waste to the lands. It was a time where wild magic ruled, and the people of this continent were bent under its heel.
The children grasp and huddle closer together, and you smile. You've heard this story many times before, and know just where it's going.
But then, from the ashes of a burned nation, rose 7 heroes. They were the chosen ones, the paragons, and together they rallied the people and beat back the demon Scourge and their evil mistress.
The children cheer! He's quite good.
Once the battle was over, they formed the Empire, a nation governed not by magic, but by people. The first Paragon traveled south and built the Seven Winds Academy, a school to teach the next generations of mages so that magic may never again be used for chaos. The second Paragon traveled the continent to rid it from the remains of the witch's ilk.
I really should use ilk in conversation more. It's such a fun word.
During his travels, other heroes chose to join his ranks, and that is how the Order of the Demon Hunters was formed. The remaining 5 set out to each build a great city. Cities that would later become the capitals of the Empire. And in the central capital built by Alethros, their leader, stand 7 seats, each representing one of the 7 rulers of the Empire. And from these seats, their successors still rule to this day. The end.
It's clapping and cheering, with some of the adults around politely joining in. But then one child raises their hand, head tilted in curiosity in the way that only children can do.
But, Mr. Bard, sir, you say there are 7 seats? But my mom says there are only 6. Why should the mages have a seat?
The air suddenly tenses. Market has gone quiet. All eyes now turn to the bard, who remains unfazed, smiling.
That's the thing about stories. Sometimes they don't actually end, even if the bard has said so. They become the beginning of something new.
He turns slightly, and you swear for a moment he's looking straight at you before he shrugs.
But alas, I was only paid to tell you rascals one tale for today, so that particular sequel will have to wait for another time.
There's a collection of groans and dismay, but the kids get up and leave. You two figure you've lingered long enough and continue on your way. You've almost reached home, but you come to a halt when you hear someone cry out. Your head whips around towards a dark side street. People around you keep walking, ignoring the sound even as it grows louder. Can't they hear it? You glance around and see no reaction. Everyone just carries on apathetically. You should probably do the same. You can vividly imagine Elizabeth's disappointing stare. The darkness of the alley beckons you, and you leave the busy street to investigate. A man is standing over the form of a young girl, or what appears to be a girl.
Really, there's no need for this. I was simply a bit lost, you see. I didn't mean to wander into your town uninvited. Just let me go, and I'll be out of your hair for good. Gone. Whoosh.
You expect me to believe that, spirit? I am not fooled by your petty tricks and illusions. I see you, and I am going to make sure whatever wicked scheme you have planned ends right here.
Okay. I think... turn the music down just a touch more. 'Cause at least in my headphones, the music's overpowering the voices just a touch.
I swear, I'm not planning anything.
Some of it's
Demon
just
spawn
louder.
like you don't belong in this world. Die, you filthy creature!
He's gonna kill her. You have to do something. But what? Your choice will influence your personality going forward. No way that bully's getting away from this. That poor girl needs my help. Oh, kill it with kindness.
Stop that! You're hurting her!
Man spins around. His eyes are crazed, dangerous, and familiar.
You.
Chill runs down your spine as something flashes in the man's eyes. You could have sworn they almost looked red?
You're that old hag's apprentice, aren't you? You lure people with your pretty potions and promises of healing. But in the end, you're just the same. You... magic scum like you should all just die.
He moves so fast. There's a blur of movement. Then you feel a sharp pain in your chest. You look down and see the hilt of a knife, a bloom of red glowing outwards, staining everything. Weirdly, you almost don't feel the pain. Shock is making the strangest of your thoughts suddenly relevant.
So, that's what a lot of blood looks like. It's thicker than I imagined, and more red.
Thank you. You really saved me there. I'm sorry this had to happen. Let me see.
Yep, no knife joke to be made. It was just a knife. I assume the spirit's about to save us.
Ouch, yeah. He got you real good, didn't he? Pierced the heart.
Oof, right into the heart.
Humans need hearts, I am certain of that. And such a kind heart, too.
Yeah, we do kind of need hearts.
Don't be scared. I'll fix it, I promise. It won't be easy, though. It really isn't quite the state. I think I can mend it, but it needs something to stick it together. Your soul, I mean. No use mending the body when you're, well, dead. Sorry. That was rather insensitive, wasn't it? Nothing wrong with being dead. I mean, it happens to all of us, but... Oh, right. Not important. Just a moment. I'll fix you right up.
Ouch. My head.
Head, not chest, huh?
Yeah. Sorry about that. You knocked your head pretty bad when you fell. We should get you a potion for that.
You barely force your eyes open. You're still in the alleyway, but the street has gone quiet and the afternoon light has faded. You must have been unconscious for a while. Your hand flies up to your chest, expecting to find the knife still sticking out, but there is no wound.
It doesn't hurt, right? Honestly, I don't know much about human skin, so I kind of just stitched it together the best I could.
Yep, fell after being stabbed. To be fair, you probably went decently limp and just went thunk on the ground. Still stick with kindness. Who cares about us? Are you hurt?
That man was threatening you, wasn't he? Did he hurt you at all?
You're too kind. I'm fine. I mean, he was kind of scary, but I've seen worse. I'm so sorry you got involved in this, though. You're the first kind human I've seen in a while. And I go and get you killed. I'm the worst. That guy was really something, though. To think a spirit would go as far as to possess a human like that? I know the whole humans against magic thing doesn't make for the best of relationships, but there's no need to be rude. Oh, I'm so sorry. You're probably confused, right? Please, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask.
Sure. What's your name?
So, who are you?
Aha, right. I am so sorry. I should have introduced myself, shouldn't I? I'm Mime.
Mime. Technically, we knew that from the introduction, but I can't remember all the names from the introduction.
Well, I'm a spirit, I believe you would say. A friendly one, though. Don't worry.
The guy looked like some kind of monster.
Guy, his appearance changed all of a sudden.
These important your questions feel all important since they're all fully voiced over.
The horns, the red eyes. He looked like some kind of monster.
My guess is that some mean spirit latched onto his anger and possessed him. The spirit must have been quite powerful, too. Spark a physical transformation like that? I wonder what it was doing here. Anyway, the best course of action would be to stay far away from that guy, but I guess you already figured that out the hard way.
I met that guy earlier today. He wasn't nice back then either, but the way he treated you was horrible.
Alright, I hope you sleep well, Jeebus, and I'll see you around. Have a good one. Thanks for stopping by.
Well, you know, humans don't usually care much for spirits. They're supposedly illegal, after all.
Will do.
Magic,
I'll have lots of fun.
dangerous, yada yada. This guy was particularly aggressive about it, though.
But bye-bye, Jeebus.
His heart has a lot of hate inside it, which is probably the reason why the mean spirit decided to take it.
So, thank you for saving me, but why are you still here? Aren't you afraid more people like that guy will show up?
Well, you see, I might be kinda, sorta bound here to you.
What?
I didn't mean to, I'm sorry. But you were all dead and broken, and all the pieces didn't want to stick together, and I panicked, and I may have somehow linked myself to your soul in order to bind it to your body.
Choice will affect Mime's path going forward.
You saved my life.
Me too, Matt. Be dead otherwise.
The method might not have been ideal, but I really can't blame you for helping me.
I know, I should have done better, and I shouldn't have... Huh? You forgive me? Thank you. Oh, thank you, thank you. Don't worry, we'll find some way to fix this. I'm sure of it.
Let's just work together.
If we work together, I'm sure you and I can find a way to fix this.
Thank you. You're right. We'll find a way to solve this. I don't know how to fix this, but I do know someone who might. I'll take you there. Though, she's going to be so mad at me.
You and Mime both pause and listen. While you were talking, the quiet night has erupted in a steady swell of voices. A sinister feeling makes the hairs on your neck stand on end. Mime scurries closer to you, small spirit having grown quite pale.
Something doesn't feel right. I think we should leave now.
She tugs you by the sleeve, and you follow her to the end of the alley, only stop short at a sudden smell slithering down the streets. Smoke. Your eyes grow wide as you spot the flickering lights in the distance, a feeling of dread settling in your stomach.
The shop!
Hey! Wait!
By the time you get there, a large group of people is gathered in front of the shop, and wicked tensions in the air.
Child eater! Get out of our town! Burn the witch!
The yelling feels unbearably loud. A young man picks up a rock and throws it through a window. The sound of shattering glass is drowned out by the cheers rising from the crowd. No more kindness. Now we get angry.
I can't believe this.
What do they think they're doing? It's actually not their fault. Not entirely, I mean. They have been caught up in a frenzy. Their fears are being amplified by very strong spirit magic. It's drawing them all towards something inside the shop. No time for questions. We've just got to do something.
So,
Can't just keep standing here. There's got to be something we can do. We really shouldn't get any closer. If they catch us here, there's no telling what they'll do. They need our help.
we have to help.
Look, Mime, I know you mean well, but we can't just run away from this. If you're able to sense where the source of this thing is, then we should at least try to help these people. You really are kind, aren't you? Kinda wish... Never mind. Okay. I'll take you. Let's just keep our heads down, okay? With Mime's guidance, you go around back of the building. There's no way to enter, but the closed window and nicely sized rock. Break the window and carefully climb through the broken glass. Shop is dark and smells faintly of burned rosemary.
Okay. Very sneaky. The sneaky duo, that's us.
The door bursts open.
Get out of my home, you... child.
Are you okay? Elizabeth, are you okay? They didn't hurt you, did they? Fine, they'll have to throw something stronger than rocks to get rid of this old witch.
But what about you? You were gone for so long. I was just about to leave and go looking for you when those hooligans started gathering out front. What happened? And who is that?
Oh, not gonna say hi. Hi. You see...
Actually...
So you see, Mime and here have accidentally gotten themselves into a bit of a magical accident earlier.
By the seven.
Have you bound yourself to the...
bound yourself
you do
to
have the
the
line.
spirit?
Just a long pause.
Oh, what were you thinking, child? Do you have any idea what you have done?
Nope. Sorry, Elizabeth. I know I screwed up. I was just trying to help. Elizabeth sighs.
Child, your kind heart is going to get you into trouble one day. Trouble that I will not be able to save you from.
Speaking of her trouble, or thank you for trying. You know, we're just gonna go with speak with control. Yeah, since we're on that topic, we seem to have a problem with angry villagers that we might want to address soon. There's a crash as another window shatters.
I just don't understand what is happening. How odd.
People are acting completely mad, like something is driving them insane.
About that.
That's exactly what's happening. Not sure what, but I can sense something here in the shop. Some kind of powerful magic is drawing them here.
Powerful magic? But that's impossible. This is an alchemy shop. The only vaguely magical item in here is the alchemy table.
Something flashes in Elizabeth's eyes, and you all turn to the table standing in the corner.
It can't be.
The light suddenly dims, and you whip around to stare at the shop window. The crowd outside is growing louder, vile chants and jeers melting together, including the ichor of heat. Dark shadows spreading from the frame of the window, blocking out the light from the torches outside. Star indicates a choice where you can call upon others for assistance. Alright, what is that? Mime? We will call upon you for assistance. What the? What is that thing?
Well...
I'm not sure. It looks like a spirit of some sort, but...
It's a demon. This thing. It reeks of dark magic. It's trying to breach the barrier I put around the shop.
Darkness now completely covers the glass, which creaks and twists under the strain, then cracks. It's our home. We're gonna stand our ground. Bite back a scream and stand your ground protectively in front of Mime and Elizabeth. The window shatters. Heat washes over you, and you shield your face as every single piece of glass in the shop is blown out. The pressure forces you back, stumbling, and for a moment all you see is red. Pick yourself up from the floor. Someone is screaming in the distance, and there's a strong smell of burning wood. Shop. It's been completely destroyed. From the rubble, a tall dark shape rises up to tower over you. Pathetic. Humans demand fire but flee when their wish is granted. Glowing eyes zero in on you, a tall lanky shape standing in the middle of the destroyed shop. What is this? A little shop assistant? I wonder, will you flee as well? What lies within your heart? Fear? anger. The glow of the soulless eyes intensifies, and you feel cold all over as its gaze pierces through you. Disappointing. People like you are the worst. Giving your head bowed every day, taking the scorn of common people, like you somehow deserve it. You can see it all. The people of this town, these pathetic, weak mortals, are mocking you while you do nothing. Why should their angelic fear weigh you down? You are their superior. Your talents leave them begging at your feet, so why? What drives you down this path? Faith? Dignity? Tenacity? I believe in the good of humanity. I won't stoop to their level. I need your help to get what I want. I don't really believe in the good of humanity. I need your help to get what I want. Yeah, so I guess just I'll stoop to the level.
Sure, things have to change. And there are many who deserve justice. But acting with violence will make me no better than them. There has to be another way.
The creature begins to glow a soft green color, lets out a frustrated scream, and charges at you.
Look out!
Go back to the hell you came from, demon!
The demon stumbles, struck from behind. It keels over, clinging to its side where its shape is cracking, like the broken shards of glass. You see broad shoulders. A woman steps in front of you, shielding you from the demon. Sword gleams in her hand as she boldly faces it off this monster.
Are you all right?
Apparently, we can just have love in first sight. I'm just gonna go with, yes, thank the gods you arrived.
I'm okay. Thank you.
Victoria! I'm so glad to see.
Quiet, Mime. You and I are going to have a talk as soon as this is over.
She might be the one that can help us get separated as well. The demon screeches and rights itself, the bleeding gash on its side glowing like hot metal. You fool. You will pay for this. It rushes forward, but Victoria is far too quick. She swiftly strikes it down, spraying shards of darkness from the fresh wound. The glow is steadily growing stronger. You begin to feel drawn to this light as if it's calling out to you.
I'm feeling kinda weird.
Look, the table.
The alchemy table is glowing the same shade as the demon. It pulses and breathes like a living being, lifting itself off the floor, shifting and shaping into a new form. It suddenly flies right at you. You reach out to catch... Match the pattern to banish the demon. That there. That one there. And these two here. Light bursts from your hand. Shoots outward in a beam, striking the nightmarish creature square in the chest. The demon writhes and shakes, a light bursting open from within, then crumbles, turning to ash with a quiet sigh. There's only stillness. Your hand is what remains of the alchemy table, a pendant of sorts. The familiar cogs and wheels still make up the main body, but the 5 small runes are now carved in the upper ring, one of them glowing faintly with a strange sort of magic. You're feeling woozy, like your legs are about to give out from under you. Is everyone all right?
Okay.
No one's hurt, right? I think I'm okay, but the world does feel a tiny bit shaky. Cold steel presses against your throat. This woman, Victoria, is glaring at you. What did you do? I don't know.
Whoa!
I sort of did the thing, and I have no idea why. And can we please keep the sword out of this? Victoria glares, but lowers her sword slightly.
I can't believe this.
Mime, would you be so kind as to tell me what's going on here? Victoria's words drip with tension. Mime looks very, very small when she steps out from behind you. Well, you see, I'm not entirely sure myself. Felt like I had a connection with that thing for a moment.
So that's how it is.
A spirit locket. Elizabeth is staring at the glowing amulet in your hands with a barely masked sadness that puts you on edge. It must have reacted to the presence of a demon. It appears that it absorbed the power of the fiendish creature, sealing it away for good. That's good, right? So it's over? Crisis averted? Everything's fine now, right? Victoria glares at you darkly.
No.
You know what? That's perfectly fine. That line doesn't need to be read. Just flat out, no. Use of illegal magic and binding yourself to a spirit. You are coming with me to Eridus to stand trial for what you've done. On whose orders? Elizabeth moves to stand between you and Victoria protectively. Hi, Risa. First Commander Althea. Victoria twists her collar to reveal the insignia of the third Paragon. You feel dread run down your spine like ice. Of all the people to be discovered by, it just had to be a knight. But I stopped the demon?
I can't believe
You can't be
this.
serious. I saved this from thing and now you're gonna arrest me? Spare me your outrage. Whatever your motivation, it doesn't change the fact that you've broken the law. Can't just let you walk free while you pose such an obvious risk.
Hear me out.
But Victoria, don't you see? This might be a good thing. What? We saved the spirit away, didn't we? In fact, it's really lucky that we were here. Bet the shop would have been burned down completely if you and Haru hadn't been here to save it. Be as that may, it doesn't excuse the illegal use of chaotic magic, so... Victoria is erupted by a strange buzzing sound coming from her jacket. She mime visibly pale.
Of all the times.
Just don't take it. Pretend we're not here.
Victoria glares and pulls out a small glowing orb that is pulsating insistently with light. She closes her eyes and breathes in deep as if saying a quiet prayer. There's a flash of light and an image appears.
Victoria, what's going on? You didn't call in for your last report.
Maybe I'll learn how to pronounce that name. The image of a woman in uniform appears in glowing light. You blink in surprise. You've heard about crystal communications the government uses to transmit conversations, but you've never seen one in person before. Victoria straightens up her presence, all emotions hidden by her professional tone.
Apologies, Commander. I'm afraid that the situation has become more complicated.
Aletharos mercy. Don't tell me you lost the spirit.
Alethros. That's one to remember?
No, Mime is still with me, but the incident appears to have spread. A demon appeared in town tonight. I suspect there are more out there.
The number of casualties.
None. For now. However...
I mean, technically, the alchemist was dead for a while earlier, but, you know,
We managed to dispose of the threat for now, but I fear this could still escalate.
I know you want to ask, Victoria, but we cannot dispatch any more knights to the area. For now, you will return to Eridus with the spirit. We will regroup from here and determine the proper course of action.
I understand.
Let's bring out the sarcasm again.
What's this? The knights are running away, leaving the villagers to fend for themselves? I'm not sure I've ever read this version of the fairy tale.
Victoria, who is this?
Another complication.
actually, The alchemist here might just be the solution to your problem.
Mime.
No. It's all right, Victoria. Let us hear what the spirit wishes to share.
Thank you, ma'am. You see, we got into a little accident earlier. I won't bore you with the details, but the good news is that the two of us together are really good at sealing away those big old meanie spirits you're so worried about.
Is that so?
Woman turns to you.
What is your involvement in all of this?
Getting stabbed. Yeah, getting stabbed.
Well, getting stabbed was a real call to action for me, so...
The woman looks rather disturbed, but shakes her head with a sigh.
Ah, an unlucky bystander then. And this magic you use to get rid of the demons. Unlawful, I assume.
Very.
But no one got hurt. We just sealed away the one who was wreaking havoc in the shop here. I'm confident that if we just stay in town and investigate, then we'll find a solution to the problems you're having in no time.
A lovely proposition, but tell me this, spirit. If I allow you to roam free, how can I trust that you won't just run away again?
Because I'm so nice?
I cannot trust you. There is more at stake here than mere townsfolk. It is a risk I will not take.
I'll vouch for the child, Commander.
Elizabeth steps forward, having been strangely silent until now. Alethea looks startled.
Elizabeth, it has been so long. I feel fate is playing some cruel trick on us, adding you to this unholy mix.
Victoria and Mime both looks completely flabbergasted by the familiar tone used by the two women. You must admit, you're also curious about how your teacher came to know one of the Empire commanders so closely.
Perhaps. The young one is my apprentice. I can vouch for the contents of their heart. And, if you will let me, take full responsibility for what we both know must be done.
It is not fair for me or anyone to force upon you such a burden. You have already done enough.
And I shall do this as well, unless you wish to stop me.
Oh, I know better than to challenge you.
Aw, my teacher's a badass.
Very well, Victoria. Your new mission will be to stay in town, guarding these two, as you track down any remaining demons and neutralize them. You will do what you must in order to keep a low profile.
Don't know if that's possible.
This mission cannot fail, and the truth cannot be revealed to the public.
I understood.
Hey, what?
What? I don't understand. You want me to be some kind of demon-sealing person? I'm just an alchemist.
That might be so. But from this moment forth, you are an agent working under me. Instead of a criminal about to be tried for the illegal use of magic.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, you have any objections.
A few, but I'll keep them to myself. I can help.
These creatures are obviously dangerous. If there's any way I can help stop them, so no more people will get hurt, then I will do my best.
You have a good heart.
Well, it was magically repaired.
I wish you luck.
The image disappears and a tense silence falls over the group.
That went well. Right?
No one answers. Prologue done. Chapter 1, The Valley. We now enter the game. And that's how you became the unlikely defender of Anemone Valley. Waking up the next morning feels like a dream. If it wasn't for the happy grin of the spirit who greets you, you would have dismissed it as much.
Morning. Glad to see you're awake.
Must be nice getting to sleep instead of fainting all the time, right? So, Victoria sent me. She's really eager to get started on this big old mission thing. So, she wants you to meet her outside, like, now. She's already in a bad mood, though. So I don't think hurrying will make her less angry. Anyway, how you feeling? Like I got stabbed.
Well...
Like I got stabbed, then blown up, before fighting with a demon. So, not too shabby. Yeah, that. Yesterday was kind of crazy, wasn't it? I'm sure the worst is behind us now, and I mean, it could have been worse. At least we're not being dragged off to the capital right now, right? Why are you so afraid of the capital?
I have some questions.
You're really afraid of it, aren't you?
Huh?
Well, of course. And I apologize about pulling at the menu so often. I just switched mice tonight. My old one was slanted on the right, so my fingers slightly misaligned on that. Also, just not used to a menu being on the right mouse click. Of course. Spirits are not supposed to go to human cities. Mere existence is some kind of crime to them. I want to know exactly what they're going to do to me. What happens now?
I wonder...
What do we do now? What's the plan?
About that.
Well, fighting these demons the Salem way is our first priority. We can't have any more people getting hurt. Hopefully, while we're looking for a way to stop them, we'll learn more about the spirit locket of yours. If it can steal demons away, then maybe there's a way it can unseal me from your heart as well. We're all gonna die.
What?
That's the plan? We're all gonna die. All of us. Hey, don't be like that. We're gonna be fine. You should go to Victoria then.
So
you say Victoria wants to see us? Yeah, but she said at once. So probably like yesterday, honestly. We should get going. You walk into the shop. Now that everything is illuminated by daylight, you can truly see the extent of the destruction left by the demon the night before. Every surface is covered in glass or spilled potions. Shelves are shattered, windows broken, and in the middle of the chaos, Elizabeth is carefully cleaning the floor with a broom.
Welcome back.
Haru, Mime, good morning. She greets you with a tired smile, and you wonder if she's even managed to sleep at all.
It is quite the change, suddenly having people living with us like this. This sleepy old town really did wake up to quite an adventure, didn't it?
A little venture might be good. You never know. A bit of venture might be good for us.
I see.
You might be right. This world is one of constant conflict. There are so many heroic tales you can tell. The bards rarely capture the pain that sometimes follows doing what is right. I have tried to shield you from such pain, but I see now that if you are to prevail in the challenges ahead, I cannot keep hiding things from you. I know you have a lot of questions. If you want, I shall do my best to explain what I can. Yeah, what's up with the one person?
Tell me about...
That woman that appeared yesterday, you knew her. How? My life did not begin and end at this shop, you know. Althea and I knew each other well a long time ago. Back then I would have called her my companion, but now, our journeys took us down different paths. It was out of the right hands of the highest office in the land. Sure, we'll just joke about her being an old flame.
Hmm?
She and you got some history together? Hmm?
Hmm?
What? Too difficult to imagine your dusty old creature being young and in love? Oh, it's cute. Not at all. It's kind of cute to imagine, actually. Cute? You really are such an odd child, do you know that? But no matter. If you find the topic so fascinating, perhaps I'll tell you the story. After we get this place cleaned up. Non-bind from mime. Do you have any idea how to separate from a spirit? I know a few, but none of them will leave both of you alive afterwards. Gulp. Exorcism is the craft of the demon hunters, and they don't particularly care about the well-being of those affected, as long as it eliminates the threat. We asked Victoria for details. When she attacked the demon yesterday, it's clear she has had the training. Why a former demon hunter would work with the Knight Commanders of Eridus, I'm not quite sure. Tell me about the spirit locker.
So,
The alchemy table. Last night it changed into something. You called it a spirit locker. What does that mean? It was an invention that pioneered the modern school of alchemy. We talk of alchemy that was unusable by non-mages. It works in much the same way as alchemy tables we use today. While we now use the power of crystals to fuel our spells, Spirit Locket runs on the life force of spirits. Sounds dangerous. Sounds like extremely dangerous sort of magic.
Yes.
It is. Spirit magic is chaotic, unpredictable, it was a necessity of the times. Alchemists had yet to discover the use of crystals as power source for spells, so spirits were used. It is a powerful artifact, one which is now bound to you just like Mime. Did I hurt you, Mime?
oh,
How are you feeling, Mime? Did you get hurt during the battle? I feel fine. Might be different since I'm not bound to your locket thing, but to you. It's all so confusing, though. Arr. Wish we could learn more. I'm sorry I could not be of more help. I'm skilled in alchemy, but the engineering that goes into crafting a locket like this is something else entirely. It's possible that there are mages out there who know a lot more about alchemy lockets and spirits, but locating them will be tricky. You can try and ask Quinn for help. They went to the Mage Academy, so they might know more. How did the locket get here?
I wonder.
How the locket even come to get here in the shop? This really seemed like something authorized by the Empire. It's been in my possession for a while. It's gifted me by a dear friend, and I've kept it safe here ever since. I expect something like this, but that doesn't matter. We can talk about the story some other time. You have more important things to worry about now. How's the shop?
About that.
Everything's a little broken. I don't even know where to start. We clean, we salvage, we restore. I already sent a message to Quinn about restoring our herbal stock. Knowing them, they've already gotten new supplies ready for us. I just need you to pick it up whenever you can. I do worry about the alchemy table, though. I cannot make potions without it, and getting a new one from the Mage College can take a while. Then comes the paperwork for gaining a new power crystal. You'd think it'd be easy to attain one with us basically living on top of the mines. The last time we needed a change, it took several months. No doubt Goldenhair, that old weasel, had something to do with that. Reopening the shop might take a while. We can use the locket for now?
I'll do it.
Would I still be able to make potions using Spirit Locker?
I wonder.
Guess that'd be possible, but I wouldn't want to put such a quest on you now when you're all tied up in your other obligations. Stocking the shop will take time. I would need to teach you many more recipes than what you know now. Teach me then. You're still my teacher. Elizabeth looks surprised for a moment. Her eyes soften and she smiles.
Thank you, dear.
That is true. Very well, Haru. I shall teach you. This cannot interfere with your other tasks, remember. You have your lessons here whenever you have time between missions. Just come to the shop and find me and we'll get started. I should get going.
I'll be off then.
I have to go. Victoria is waiting for me on this whole quest thingy. I understand. I'll be here in case you have any other questions.
Good luck, dear.
Victoria is standing outside the shop, arms crossed and eyes glaring at anyone who dares pass her by.
You're late.
Morning.
Ready to do some What part of keeping a low profile do you insist on not getting? Oh, right. Sorry. Victoria sighs heavily. You remembered to cast your spell? Of course. No human will notice me at all. Unless they're like a demon hunter or possessed by a spirit like that guy yesterday, Mage would probably also see me, so yeah, basically invisible. That's so cool, Mime. Hey, so you realize you could use that kind of magic, Mime. It's very impressive.
Thank you.
I'm not that good at it, really, but staying out of sight of humans is pretty valuable when it works. But what are we doing today, Victoria?
While you two were snoozing the day away, I've been digging around for some information. Look.
There are multiple accounts of people having been seeing the shop burning down night, but who have no recollection of the mob and the dark magic. General consensus is that it was an accident. I have no reason to correct this assumption. It would just create unnecessary panic. The shop itself is clean. No trace of anything magical. If the place wasn't thrashed, I wouldn't be able to tell if anything happened. It doesn't leave us with much to go on, really.
I wonder.
Well, we could always go check out the forest. We spirits really like nature, so maybe the demons are angry someone went and destroyed their home? We already searched that place for clues and found nothing. I think our time would be more wisely spent exploring somewhere new. The mines out of this town are suspicious to me. I do not believe it's a coincidence that these events are occurring right on top of a large seam of magic crystals.
Are you sure?
Do we really have to go underground, though? It's creepy. What about the spirit locket?
I wonder.
Should we maybe figure out what's going on with it?
About that.
Haru kind of has a point there, Victoria.
Enough of this.
Mime. Victoria gives Mime a pointed look and the spirit's mouth zips shut instantly. Then those hard eyes turn on you.
I can't believe this.
Look, alchemist. Alethea might have put her trust in you, but I'm not so easily convinced. So it'd be much appreciated if you kept your opinions to yourself. I just want to help.
About that.
I'm stuck with you anyway, so it's not like anything I can do to make the situation worse. So maybe we should just try to work together and figure out this mess. I do have a point. Victoria does not look amused, but she clicks her tongue and sighs.
Fine. Let's go. Mime, you're staying close to me. I won't have you running away from me again.
What? Me? Run away? I would never.
Just stay where I can see you.
Understood.
The mines, the woods, the flower shop. Let's go to the flower shop first.
You!
Hang out with them a little bit. Yes, me!
What in the world happened?
I heard your shop burned down and got this message from Elizabeth asking for new supplies. And who is this? You barely get through the door of the flower shop before Quinn showers you with questions. When Victoria enters, they back up, concern quickly turning to apprehension. Just another Tuesday. In that specific order? Yes, the shop burned down. We're all out of lavender. And this is Victoria and Mime. Hi! Quinn looks very disturbed, but listens tenderly as you explain last night's events. Now I'm stuck with these guys until we solve this whole mess. Hey, that's not... No, wait, it's true.
You...
Haru?
I consider you a good friend, and I want to help you. No, I am going to help you. As much as I can. But this whole affair puts me at risk. We have to be very careful.
The door opens, causing everyone to freeze. A tall, intimidating man steps inside, his cold eyes lazily taking Quinn's little shop.
Mr. Goldner, what can I do for you today?
Quinn looks nervously at the man as he glides around the shop, looking at the beautiful plants with disinterest. You don't mind move to hide behind your legs despite her invisibility.
I was simply in the area and thought I might drop by. As you have probably already heard, the alchemy shop suffered a most unfortunate fire last night. I just wanted to be sure that our only other magic shop was still doing well.
That is very kind of you, sir. As you can see, nothing out of the ordinary has happened here.
The man chuckles darkly. Do forgive me for
having my doubts about that. Just know this.
He steps awful close to Quinn, staring them down with thinly veiled disgust.
The people of this town might have tolerated you this past year, but I will continue to watch you closely.
Victoria! Call upon you. That's all right, Victoria, but the woman's already moving. She steps up to stand between them, Quinn and the man, her dark eyes hard.
If you're not here to make a purchase, then I believe it is time for you to leave, sir.
What? Who? Now listen here, you little... Don't you know who I am?
I don't. I also don't believe you know who I am.
Victoria flashes the badge on her coat. Man visibly gaps, but then breaks into a smug grin.
So Erodas finally sent someone to keep track of all these magic folk. About damn time. I assume you're here to investigate this establishment. I knew it. I just knew something suspicious was going on here.
You are quite wrong. The only thing remotely out of order I found here is you, threatening an innocent shop owner. So unless you want me to file a report and send it back to headquarters, I suggest you be on your way.
And sputters, but leaves in indignation.
I will remember this.
Quinn sighs in relief, their shoulders turning slack.
Thank you.
No. Do not think I did this as a favor. The man was being a nuisance, so I stopped him. Who was he, anyway?
Messer Goldner is the owner of the mine. Despite the fact that the very ore that created his wealth is magical, he has a dangerously low opinion of mages and is quite vocal about it. Luckily, most people in town do not hold his word in high regard. He's somewhat of a joke, albeit an intimidating one.
Okay, I'm gonna check something real quick. Okay, there is an autosave. Figured there was, but I wanted to just double check just in case.
Intimidating sounds about right.
As far as I've heard, he started his life as a common farmer. When the mine was discovered beneath his land, he suddenly gained quite a bit of wealth, almost overnight. That money went straight to his head, if you ask me. So now he wants people to treat him like a nobleman. The townsfolk did not take kindly to that, and while he still makes good money on the mine, most people simply avoid him. To someone like me, however, he is very much a threat, and he knows it, hence these little visits. But that's enough doom and gloom for one day. Please, tell me how I can help.
Quinn looks shaken, but eager to change the subject. What do you know about spirit lockets? Can you tell me about spirit lockets? Not much, I'm afraid. Magic is a broad field of study, and I specialize in, well, plants, not spirits. Tinkers, in particular, would know a lot more about such a mechanism than I. Luckily, I just happened to get word that one of my former classmates has taken an interest in the mines and will be visiting to do some research. She might already be in town, but knowing her, she went straight down there as soon as she arrived. Elizabeth needs supplies. Do you have anything left in stock that we usually stock? Our supplies were completely destroyed.
What do you need?
I don't have a whole lot left, but I'll give you what I have. I'm sure you and Elizabeth will put it to good use. When I get more things back in stock, I'll be sure to let you know. I'm going to hand you 2 bundles of lavender and some other herbs. That was all for now.
I've got to go.
We'll be getting...
Take care.
Careful out there. Walk out the shop and continue on your way. After about 10 minutes of walking, Victoria taps you on the shoulder.
It would appear that we're being followed.
So popular. Even a day into this quest, we already have fans following us. Nice. Victoria sighs very, very heavily. Just follow my lead and try not to draw any more attention, okay? Follow Victoria down a side street. No one else is around, so you stand there and wait for a moment, and another. And then a familiar, timid face peeks around the corner. Big red eyes widening in front of fright when he realizes he's been caught. You're that kid from the shop.
Hello.
I know you. You came by our shop the other day. Boy looks a bit embarrassed about having been caught, but waves at you shyly.
Hi. Sorry. I didn't mean to... What's your name, kid?
Victoria's voice is surprisingly gentle. The young boy flushes bright red, bowing his head.
I'm Kim, ma'am.
Why are you following us, Kim?
So,
Something the matter? Why are you following us? His face falls and he looks down at his feet, wringing his hands nervously.
I'm looking for my brother. Do you remember him? We came into your shop yesterday to buy a remedy. He didn't come home last night, so I was wondering if maybe you had seen him.
Ran off after stabbing me. No. He can handle the truth. Your brother was possessed by a monster, tried to stab me to death, and, yeah.
I'll tell you what happened.
Your brother attacked me last night. He appeared to be possessed by some sort of evil spirit, almost looked like a demon himself. Haven't seen him since.
That's awful.
My brother's nothing like that at all. He's always taking really good care of me, protecting me. Since he got that new job.
Huh?
What new job?
Well,
I'm not sure. He said he was running errands for some guy. The pay was great, but not nearly as dangerous as working in the mines. Which guy? Do you know who he was talking about?
he wouldn't say.
Honestly, I was afraid he was getting into something shady. But anything's better than working in the mines, so I didn't complain about it. Brother worked in the mines?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
It
real
was
rough on him.
real tough on him.
Boss there is super mean. The workers get hurt all the time. My brother was in an accident too once. One of the tunnels collapsed and he got trapped under a big pile of rocks. After that, his head used to hurt all the time. The alchemist has really good potion that helps with the pain. We need to get to the bottom of this. We'll help you figure out what happened to your brother. Sounds like he might have gotten tangled up in some of the stuff we're investigating.
You really help? Thank you so much.
Promise to do my best to help you as well. Start by saying if anything my brother left behind can tell me who worked for it. Just be careful. It's not safe for a child to play detective. Stay out of harm's way.
I'll be careful.
He runs off.
Not bad.
I'm surprised, Haru. I know that situation well. Finding this kid's brother will be instrumental in uncovering the truth. And also, you know, keeping him from killing other people will be a bonus, right? Right. What is this? A compliment? Yeah, just glad to help. Thank you. Glad I could help.
Time to go.
Well, we still have much to do. Let's keep moving. Right, go team! Woo! Alright, looks like we could do something with Mime here. Or Victoria here. So I guess we'll check out the alley before we go home. I'm not sure what time progression is, so...
This is a nice spot. Empty, quiet, perfect place to just disappear.
Ah! Oh, hi. What brings you out here?
You? Sorry, I didn't mean to frighten you.
I'm sorry.
I didn't mean to frighten you. I was just wondering what you were doing back here. Me? Fright? No way. Okay, you might have spooked me a little.
Hear me out.
Not like you're doing anything bad or anything. I was gonna feel overwhelmed at times. All this walking around, talking with people, facing down scary stuff. think it was a bit much and I just wanted to run and hide. I don't, though. I gotta find a way to solve this mess if I just hide in the trash all day, you know. It's just nice to breathe a little once in a while. I understand that, don't you? I understand.
Actually,
The only way a bunch of people can be tough. Okay to be scared. You need a moment to gather yourself.
Really?
I didn't realize you felt that way. You seem like the sort of person who's so put together. You stand up to help, even when none of this is your fault to begin with. Very admirable, but call me selfish. I'm glad you can feel like this too. Makes me feel a little silly for hiding out here. Tell you what, if you promise not to tell Victoria about my hiding spot, then I won't tell either. If either of us needs a moment to breathe, then we can come here. Brilliant, right? What do you make out of our companions? We're quite an odd bunch now, aren't we? What do you want to talk about? Elizabeth.
tell me about...
Well...
She's nice, if not a bit scary. It's like you look at her face, see a nice old lady, but then you look at her and you feel like a tiny mouse stirring up an ancient, powerful beast. I guess that might just be me, haha. She's your teacher, after all. What's she like to you? She's kind of scary.
About that.
I can agree.
That's a relief.
I think so as well. I'm not the only one. Victoria.
So...
You know Victoria, can you tell me about her?
I
don't really know her that well, honestly. She just sort of showed up in my life all of a sudden and got me dragged into this whole mystery about demons. It scared me senseless, honestly. But now that I've gotten to spend more time with her, I think she means well, even if she's a bit intense. Okay. Let's
I'll
go!
be off then.
Let's go!
Right back to work, sealing demons, saving the world, all that stuff. Talk with Elizabeth first. I drop off supplies.
Welcome back.
I have the ingredients.
So...
I have the ingredients, won't refill our stock, but should be enough to get us started.
Well done.
Excellent, these will do nicely. Are you ready to give the alchemy locket yours a try then? Let's do it.
I'll do it.
Possible outcomes. So we can do blue, blue, yellow. A little bit of something. So let's create something. Yellow, yellow, blue.
Whoa, look at that!
Two ingredients or less.
Another discovery!
Use 3 turns or less. Use 2 turns and 2 ingredients or less.
Oh, that's splendid.
That's the bottom one.
You did it!
this will work for the 2 ingredients and 2 jars or less.
Well done.
There we go. So just kind of filling out the book because we can. Some blue and some green.
Whoa, look at that!
So all these have extra features on there. It's a lot of stuff. So we'll just call it good for now. That's some stuff created.
I'll be off then.
But I think I'll do the creation book off stream. I don't think that's going to be a great use of time on stream. I'll just come back off stream and fill it off in my own time. Streets outside the shop are busy as usual. People take a wide berth around the alchemy shop when they pass by. But there's a rumor of the fire or Victoria's imposing figure scaring them off is anyone's guess. You're scaring the customers. You know, with such imposing order standing guard outside, you're never going to get any customers. I think the spreading of rumors that the fire are doing that all by themselves. Surprised anyone's even out in the streets. Was there something you wanted? Your powers. Put it down like it was nothing. Where'd you learn to fight like that?
Look.
Rather obvious question, isn't it? Knights. Sometimes knights have to fight, so I learned it at night school. It's that simple. I added the night school part, which is alright. Knights don't fight demons?
I have some questions.
Knights don't usually fight demons, in fact. I believe only demon hunters and mages have this skill, so how'd you do it? You're free to believe whatever you want. Confident in my ability to slay both demon and human. That's all you really need to know. You're not going to answer my questions, are you?
No.
You catch on quick. Who is Alethea for you?
About that.
What is it?
Commander, one of the greatest empires I ever had. I get my orders from her and carry them out. That's that. We should get going.
I'll be off then.
That's all I wanted to discuss. Finally, back to the mission. So we go to the mines, but let's go see if we find anything interesting in the woods. The heavy woods are silent, because we do know the woods are dying for some reason, and I'm not alone anymore. Everything's still along the blackened trunks of dead old trees, as if the wildlife is also heeded the warnings to stay away. This is so sad.
That's awful.
It's so horrible. It's gone. All of it. The trees, the birds. Losing your home like this. If I had been a spirit living in these woods, I would have been sad too. But nothing's here. I knew this would be a waste of time. I understand that you have questions you want answered, Pime. Looks like everything you did when we were last here. There's new clues for us left here. I guess you're right. Get samples for Quinn. While we're here, we might as well get some samples for Quinn. Maybe they'll be able to figure something out. Step away and gather a few samples. It's dirt, dried twig, dried leaves. It only takes you a minute and you complete your task. Victoria then sighs impatiently. Done. Let's get out of here. Wait, did you hear that?
I can't believe this.
I swear I will. Shh, listen. The group fell silent and listens carefully. And after a while, you pick up on the faint sound too. It sounds like a person singing? Starting to get that feeling again. You know, like back when the shop was burning. There might be something dark ahead. Let's go investigate. Step forward, Victoria, arms stop you. The tall woman's eyes hard as she stares straight ahead. Don't be a fool. Stay behind me. She walks ahead, her hand already resting on the hilt of her sword. Walk along the back trees, every step taking you all the closer to the sounding and singing. Step into the small clearing, you find a large willow tree by a small lake. It's black and dead like the rest of the forest, but among the branches sits a small sparrow. The song is coming from the bird, but it's very much the voice of a human woman, singing enthusiastically. There are stories to be told, daring and bold, in the merry sparrow's inn. Below the tree, resting against the black trunk, sits a man, looking quite pleased with listening to the sparrow's performance. His eyes flicker to you for only a moment, his smile widens.
It seems more have joined your audience, little one. Why don't you give us an encore?
Bird seems perfectly understand the man and puffs up his little chest proudly before throwing itself into the verse. You are a traveler with your weary heart into the dark of the lantern forest. This lies an inn with open doors where the light is burning the brightest. Let the warmth heal your frozen bones, and may hail in our tallest glass pour. For the pain within your soul, all travelers know the cure. There is light to be found within, there are stories to be told, and daring and bold, in the merry Sparrow's Inn. Bird finishes his song and does a little bow, and the stranger claps, smiling brilliantly.
Bravo! Beautifully done.
That's a talking bird.
That bird, it talks.
Technically, it's a songbird, as that is all it does, but yes. And a very talented one at that.
It's an abomination, that's what it is. Someone has cursed the bird with magic. Better put it out of its misery.
Now hold on there. There's no reason to act so rashly. The bird is not hurting anyone.
Its very existence is a breach of the law. Who's to say it doesn't carry other, more dangerous curses?
You're such a stick in the mud, Victoria.
If someone got hurt due to our inaction, would you be able to live with that?
Yes, because you're killing an innocent.
You are overreacting. It's an enchanted bird, not some malignant spirit out to eat our souls. The world is not going to end if we let this one go.
We'll let the birds
He's
live.
right, Victoria. We can't just kill the poor thing on a mere suspicion. Not all magic has to be evil.
You.
Ah, a voice of reason. How refreshing.
The bird flies off.
And there she goes. No doubt off to add your hero's deed to her song. Sparrows are the patrons of hero stories, after all, and they do have a soft spot for heroic deeds and tragedy. Perhaps that is why she came to sing in this place.
So, who are you?
I wonder.
You may call me Michael. As for who I am, I always find that's a question best answered over a glass of wine. No?
Sounds like a date. Can't argue with that.
Well, isn't this neat?
I can see the two of us getting along quite well already. So what are you doing out here?
Tell me about...
Interesting.
Searching for answers to a curiosity of mine. And did you find it? I did. Well, what was it then? That's a secret. I'd be more afraid of losing my head if I was you. So scary. You're an odd one. You know that?
Oh, really?
Really, a lone traveler on the road to the nearest tavern is not that rare, I would imagine. I'm actually a lot more curious about you.
A villager leading a demon hunter and a spirit into a dead forest. Sounds like a legend about to be told. Or the start of a joke. Hard to tell.
Right, kind of an odd bunch, and... Wait. You see me? Victoria hands flies to her sword. Like however, only smiles lazily.
How curious.
Of course I see you. You are right here, are you not? But no one is supposed to see me, only... You're a mage?
What?
So perspective. Gotta be careful around you. Yes, I happen to know a bit of magic, but mostly I'm just a simple traveler, nothing fancy. Haru, I think this sounds like...
Blasted!
Something's coming. Stay behind me. The tall willow tree is shaking, the dark hole in the trunk reacting as if it's taking a deep breath. And a force of darkness bursts out towards your group. Victoria moves to parry, but the darkness knocks her away. Victoria! Shadow turns and heads straight towards you.
I think not.
A hand reaches around you and pulls you back. His hands are glowing with a sinister purple light as he commands.
Return to your true form.
Force is frozen midair, suspended by a bright glow. Hang still for a moment, for, much like the demon in the shop, its form expands and bursts into the shape of another demon. Silence. You dare to try stop me? I believe you are the one rudely interrupting a private moment. I suggest you get lost now. Ripple grows, crackling like fire, swirling in the hands before shooting out of the blast, striking the demon and sending it back reeling. Haru, you know what you have to do. Oops, not that one. That one. Oh, those are backwards. The demon roars as it's sucked into the locket and grows silent, the glow of the artifact slowly fading. Michael, you saved me. Look at the man still standing by his side, now wearing a cheeky smile you cannot place. You saved me. Thank you.
Interesting.
Don't mention it. Should be me thanking you after all. It's a very handy device you've got there, sealing that thing away perfectly. While Michael's staring at the locket's intrigue, Victoria pokes herself out of the ground, looking less than pleased. You! Victoria picks up her sword and points at Michael. Who, me? Do not play dumb. That's what you did there. You are a mage. Oh, he's just like Quinn then.
No.
No, Quinn is a legal practitioner with a degree from the Mage Academy.
This man is an outlaw, a chaotic mage.
Chaotic, really? You make it sound so violent.
I see myself as more a naturalist magic user. Should expect nothing less from a demon hunter.
Speak, mage. What are you doing here? Enough.
It's no coincidence that a mage appeared just before a demon showed up. Enough with the sword already. The demon might have been attracted to my magic, but I didn't come here to be murdered by that thing. I came because of the forest. You did? What do you know of it? The sparrows were singing about a great evil destroying the meadow. I came to see for myself. Check if this might be some new corrupted type of nature magic.
Really?
And was it? Did you find out what caused this?
Interesting.
I have a couple suspicions. The fact that there's a powerful demon like that showed up certainly makes everything a lot more interesting. Chaotic magic?
What do you mean?
What does it even mean? It's very easy to describe any type of magic that's not authorized by the Empire. Which means in this little gathering, I'm actually the third individual who falls under such a category. Talk about throwing stones. You know a lot about nature magic.
Tell me.
Look.
You pick up a few things here and there living on the road like I do. Why are you doing this?
Huh?
It'd be much safer if you stay away. Of course, but what would be the fun in that? Well, maybe we can help each other. Figure out why these demons are showing up in town, among other things. So they might be connected. Maybe we can help each other.
Interesting.
Yours certainly seems useful. However, I do enjoy my head as it is right now. Your demon hunter friend is sharpening her blade. As if I'd let you off that easy. He saved me. If he was here for some nefarious reason, would he really have helped back there? You're not wrong. Guess we can give him a chance, but one wrong move and... I know. Off with my head.
So,
what do you say? As a hand, we keep Victoria off your back? Curious proposition. You know, also quite a curious person, are you not? Stranger steps closer to you and looks you over. Calculating look in his eye makes you feel like he's seeing right through you. He smiles. Perhaps you are not quite so ordinary. Yeah, other choices? You know what? Unlike last time, seems like a swell fella. Let's see what the romance option does. Ah, it gives us other choices. You're rather curious as well. You're not quite so ordinary yourself, despite what you said. I'd love to learn more about you.
Oh, this will be good.
Well, and I'm sure you will, and I'll have a chance to get to know each other very well soon enough.
Very well. I will help you out. This looks like it might turn out to be quite amusing after all.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Isn't this great, Victoria?
I'm keeping a close eye on you, mage.
I would be disappointed if you didn't.
Well, I, for one, am happy to get new friends. Welcome to the team, Michael.
Thank you, Mime. Now let's go hunt down some demons, shall we?
Alright, I need just
How curious.
Michael, you're staring. Why are you staring?
Oh, my apologies. I was lost in thought. I've seen many spirits in my travels, but no one quite like you, Mime.
I don't think I've ever seen a traveler quite like you either. You're a lot more colorful.
I can imagine. Here's to defying expectations.
Okay. That little conversation worked out well. You can probably hear what I'm doing. Collecting my sleeping pills. Alright, we have samples, so we should drop those off first.
Welcome back.
I have your samples.
We did it!
You can use them to figure out what happened to the forest.
That's wonderful.
I should be furious you went out there, though. At least you didn't go alone. Just can't help but feel something bad's about to happen. Like a slow storm rolling in and I can't stop it. Get straight to work. I'll let you know as soon as I've learned anything new. That's all for now.
I'll be off then.
Take
Want to
care.
drop those off? Take care and stay out of trouble.
You're hiding something, mage.
I am a man of many secrets, dear Victoria. You'll have to be more specific.
The reason you're here. You claim you came here to investigate the forest, but that's ludicrous. Why would you willingly put yourself at risk like that? Just, what's in it for you?
It can't possibly be because I'm concerned and want to help.
Unlikely.
So cold. Just like you, I'm here to lend a hand, so we can avoid more incidents like the forest. And as things are now, I'd say you need all the help you can get.
Just know that I'm keeping an eye on you.
I know, and how I feel for those poor eyes. Between me and the alchemist, they must be rolling around your skull, trying to keep up.
Alright. We have a tavern, so we're gonna go try hanging out in the tavern a little bit. We have a potential wine date going on. The air inside the tavern is warm, and pleasant scent of burning firewood and savory foods washes over you as you step inside. Michael's lounging by the bar, a wine glass in hand, his brightly colored robes making him stand out against the mostly wooden interior.
What can I do for you?
Hello there, Howard. Care to join me for a drink? Absolutely.
Okay.
I don't personally really drink in life, but this version of me can. Michael smiles and motions for the barkeep. A drink appears in your hand soon after. The toast to us, then. Demon slayers and supernatural investigators. What a fate I've stumbled into. He takes a sip of deep red liquid before setting the glass back down, giving you an undivided attention.
Let's see.
So what brings you to seek me out like this? Got some curiosity he stated. You're not much for keeping a low profile.
About...
I find it's a balance you have to tread. Blend in too much, and people will think you are shifty. Be loud and colorful, and people will take notice. But if you're quiet and colorful, well, people will still notice, honestly, but there's no fun in dressing like a fugitive. If my handsome clothes are what end up getting me killed, that's a fair trade for being fashionable, is it not?
I suppose. Wild mage? Curious, are we? Don't worry, I'm not nearly as interesting as the stories make us wild ones ought to be. I'm a mage, but in study at the proper school, and therefore considered a dangerous individual. Talk about throwing stones. But a bunch of the people calling you dangerous didn't go to school either. And quite a lot of them are pretty dangerous as well. But truly dangerous ones, they're the ones that went to schools. Big expensive ones made by very magically fair, studying their verses under the glow of mage lights. The irony never fails to amuse me. Why didn't you go? The government had people scout out kids with talent and bring them in. It was like they didn't try. That's not interesting to be honest, but it's not exactly a cheery fairy tale either. Maybe best not bring down the mood of such pleasant company? I share it with you some other time. I understand. Let's talk about something else. I should
See
keep
you
going.
around.
Alright.
Alright, we're gonna go to the mines, because I think we just do more alchemy here. The mines are starkly cold compared to the warmth of the sunny day outside. It's quiet. Victoria has taken great care to keep you out of sight of any stray workers.
Something tells me we are not supposed to be here.
Quiet, would you? You would think someone like you would see the value in keeping a low profile. Must be my handsome charm keeping me alive. Ah! Some scream rings out in the quiet mine, echoing eerily along the walls. Troy shoots forward before anyone else has time to react. Michael lets out an exasperated laugh.
How curious.
Look at her go. Even a hint of trying to stay quiet. You think someone like her would see the value in keeping a low profile. Wait, Victoria, we really shouldn't get separated down here. And she's gone. What should we do, Haru? Someone needs help, let's go.
I'll do it.
Whoa!
Wait, Haru. How did I end up with two people with a hero complex? Stones beneath your feet are brittle and unsteady. You almost fall skidding around a sharp turn. Passage has opened up in a large cave. In the middle stands a woman, her hands outstretched and glowing with a bright gloom light.
Get out of my way, demon! You're ruining my experiment!
We're just gonna collect all the mages. Demon stands tall, towering over the woman. You're making a grave mistake. Think how powerful we could be. Two beings of magic working together. You could have everything you've ever dreamed of, even.
Not interested.
Actually, she seems to have things under control. You watch the scene unfold. One pushes her hand forward and a blast of light slams into the dream. Handled kitchen goblins with more bite than you. Return now where you came from. Demon's faded, wounded. The locket around your neck begins to glow.
Let's go!
I think it might be about time. Seal the spirit away before he escapes. That's what I need up there. Oops. That's what we need there. Ah! The moon roars and dissolves and sucks into the glowing locket. Minds fall silent again. Is everyone okay?
Everyone all right?
No one got hurt, right? We're fine, Haru. Can't say I'll ever get used to that word magic, though.
Fascinating. Just how did you do that?
You'll jump as a stranger suddenly in your face. Her gloved hands grab yours without any consideration to personal space. Take a closer look at that locket that's still glowing faintly.
Is this some kind of portable alchemy table?
Yes.
It was alchemy you were using, right?
Yeah, apparently I have an alchemy book now.
What kind of magic was used to forge this? It cannot be powered by a crystal. The mass of the device would not be able to hold such power. But then, what?
Oh, yep. You know what? We are just gonna collect all the mages for now. It's pretty cool, isn't it? She have loads to learn about using it, but the possibilities it has opened up for alchemy are immense and very exciting. No, right? You know, I'll just never fail to excite me. It's such a pleasure meeting someone who shares the same enthusiasm. When releases you and takes a step back, all smiles. I'm being himself, aren't I? Sorry about that.
My name is Anne Sophia Bernadette Hoffland, a scholar under the Seven Winds Academy.
She must be the mage Quinn was telling us about.
A student from the Mage Academy, huh? Quite rare to see one of those outside their little fortress in the woods.
Anne seems to completely ignore the comments, her attention solely focused on you, or at least the locket.
I am writing my thesis on alternative power sources for magic-infused artifacts, and you simply must let me take a look at this device. I have never seen anything like it. If I could uncover the mysteries behind it, I'd be the envy of the entire academy.
Thesis? Huh? You writing a what now? I thought mages worked in shops and stuff.
About that.
Most do, but there are a few who choose to pursue a career at the academy itself as researchers. Working in such a position, however, you need to write a thesis, an extensive research report, with knowledge that you've gained while traveling. Most candidates fail.
Huh?
Fail?
So...
Either they fail to find new knowledge, or they die trying.
Yikes!
Hey, not cool.
Actually...
Not wrong. I will be successful, don't doubt that. What are you doing down here?
About that.
Did you know?
Crystal mines in the area are one's common resources for powering magical artifacts. I felt it's only right to start my research looking into the current practices. I expect to find such an interesting research subject wandering around down here. It's been the blessing of Izith that made you show up when you did. Sure, I'd be happy to help.
That sounds nice.
Need your help anyway. This all sounds very exciting. Love to help, though I probably need to inform more details. You and me both. Starters, what was your name again? My name is Haru.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
The pleasure is all mine.
Really?
Academy? Yeah, graduated last month, but I already missed it. No worry though. If everything goes according to plan, I'll have my thesis done ready for publication within the season. Be back before the summer ends. Quinn told me you might know something about this locket.
Quinn was the one who sent us here. They, told us you might be able to help us learn more about this locket. You see, the, power source is, well...
That would be me.
There's a pregnant pause while Anne blinks at Mime, the first time noticing the short spirit girl standing partially hidden behind you. Then all the color appears to leave her face.
A spirit? But that's taboo. Against the teachings of the Holy Seven. How did you even... Oh, wait! I get it! This must be some kind of government-licensed project, right? That's why you have a demon hunter with you.
Government licensed. Sure. Let's call it that.
No, I am not getting tangled up in something like this. Do you know what happens to mages who get involved with sketchy things like this?
Well, you either die or find greatness, most likely.
I know, it's not ideal. And I understand why you would be suspicious. But maybe we could, make it worth your while? We're both searching for something. And our goals appear to be the same, so what if we make a deal?
A deal, you say?
Yeah, a
I'm
deal.
not going to lie. I'm curious about that locket of yours. It's certainly a lot more interesting than what I've found down here so far. Leaving town in search of a new mine would also put me way behind schedule. I really don't have time for this.
For what it's worth, we are currently working on the orders of the Knight Commander of Erodus. The nature of our mission, however, demands a level of discretion.
By discretion, you mean they approve as long as you don't fail? But I suppose being chosen by the Knight Commander herself does give you some credibility. If I help you with this demon problem of yours, you promise that you will help me with my research?
Sure.
I will need to study that locket of yours thoroughly.
Choice will affect Anne's path going forward. Yeah, we make that promise. That's a
If you
fine
help
promise.
us, I promise I'll do anything I can to help with your thesis.
Anything?
First, you sell your soul to a spirit. Now a mad scientist.
Yep, we're gonna let you charm us all night long too. We have our way. Mwahaha.
Nice.
Very well, alchemist. I'll bite. You have my expertise, and in return, we'll see what I come up with. I'm sure my grit.
That sounds fun. This is going to be fun, right?
I've never had the chance to talk to a spirit before. At the academy, they are confined for safety reasons.
Safety? What? So the students can't hurt them?
Oh, no, actually, quite the opposite. The spirits at the academy are a lot less friendly than you.
Oh, well, I suppose if I was kept cooped up all day in school, I'd be pretty grumpy too.
That's a fair point.
Home for a bit. Maybe we can find something in the flower shop.
Welcome back. How lovely.
I love to see you. I was wondering if you end up burying yourself down the mines for the entire stay. This is a plan, but as luck would have it, I found something much more interesting to write about the magic crystals. How do you two know each other again?
Actually,
We both graduated from Mage Academy. Not the same class, but you know, it's a small place. Only if you find a massive castle small. I used to never like to be cooped up indoors too long. Like you, it'd be better to be as a box as long as you got to bring the book. If the box is comfy, then sure. Quinn laughs and shakes their head. So what brings you back to my shop? Can't possibly have time to just make social calls. No, we do. That's all for now.
take care. Oh, and Anne,
Yes?
do drop by from time to time while you're here, won't you? I miss our game nights.
Okay. I'll see if I can find some time.
Perfect. I'll see you around.
Alright. We'll go trigger a little bit more story with Anne. Then go home. Town square is busy and buzzing with other people, eager to share stories and gossip with one another. However, one little figure stands out, staying off to the side and staring at the crowd with apprehension. Observing the human species? Playing out some new experiment, are you? I'm wounded. I thought it was your favorite guinea pig. Don't worry, I won't learn anything interesting from studying people here. Your main is my only test subject. I just insisted that I take a walk to get to know the town. Honestly, I don't see the point. I will be leaving this place soon, but here I am anyway. It's actually a really nice place.
Well,
Quinn's right. No Anemone Valley is actually a really nice place once you get to know it a bit better.
Huh.
Right, I need more concrete houses than we can convince. Is there something wanted you, by the way? Might as well keep you here while I pretend to be sightseeing. That way, if we get chased by an angry mob, there'll be at least 2 of us running. You and Quinn.
I wonder.
Seem to be close. As well as people grows on you over time, and once it's seared, they'll not stop shoving all their friendship and love on you.
They are my best friend, honestly.
We're both rather quirky compared to other kids growing up at the academy, so by Quinn being a year ahead of me, we just clicked and remained strong friends since. Why do you want to become a professor so badly?
That makes sense.
Guess it wouldn't make sense to someone who's not a mage, but I'll explain. Once mages graduated from academy, we're thrown out. Someone call it being resigned to a professional positions, but that just means we get thrown out and do a job we didn't choose to a random city we don't know. And we have to work the rest of our lives, praying we don't make a mistake that'll land us in prison, or worse. Mage Academy is the only place where we can be free to practice our craft without having to fear that a single mistake or misunderstanding could be the end of us. But the only people who get to stay at the academy after graduation are the professors. Those few experts who are allowed to study their craft to the benefit of all. The ones tasked with teaching the next generation. That's what I want for myself. And it's my current trial. Why am I interested in test head? What do you think you'll discover from researching my mimi?
If things
pans
pan
out
out
right,
right,
then these experiments might yield a
these
solution.
experiments might yield a solution to the Empire's shortage of magic energy.
Wow, you're really excited about this. Oh, and I don't think you've seen you so excited about it since you almost tried to climb me to see my locket. Oh, please, you're not that tall. Of course, your locket's exciting as well, as its curious nature and the very key to my ambitions. As things stand right now, all Tinker Magic creations need a magic source magical energy to power them when a mage is not near. Almost all devices today are powered by magic crystals. Since there's only so many crystals to go around, this means the cost of those crystals steadily continues to rise, which in turn gives a disproportionate amount of power to those who own the crystal mines, since there's no alternative. You don't need a crystal, you're completely normal, no magic human using alchemy table without any clear power source. If I can figure out how you do it, I might very well change the world as we know it. That's an admirable goal.
That's great.
Oh, you must understand. I don't give a damn about those people. Petty promised me nothing. A discovery like that, I can absolutely be certain to grab a professor title. I can go back to doing whatever research I want. The world can continue to slowly destroy itself for some other dumb reason. I should get back to work.
I'll be off then.
Bye then.
Right, the sooner we get this demon nonsense out of the way, the sooner I can begin running some tests on you and mine.
So, Anne, I take it you're from the Mage Academy.
That would be correct. And you are a wild mage, an unauthorized practitioner of magic.
Saying it like that makes it sound a lot more exciting than it is.
Don't you ever get tired? Being on the run, having to live your life in secret? It sounds exhausting.
What can I say? I just really don't like doing homework.
Alright, we're gonna look at these real quick. 4 or 5 companions. Have runes there. They move slightly, it seems. So we've got one more to go, and it doesn't look like Quinn. An alchemy book. Have the headache recipe down here, but we have lots of stuff still to learn. We will go home. End the day. The sun is setting over the town of Anemone Valley, and you see a strange group of companions have returned to the alchemy shop. As everyone gets settled, you and Elizabeth stand together observing the strange group.
Well, child, when I originally sent you out to bring back ingredients, this is not what I had in mind.
Mage, you keep your hands to yourself. I won't have you cooking up some vile magic using the remains of this shop.
I was simply trying to be a helpful guest, picking up some of the debris. But if you don't trust my abilities, perhaps Anne would be so kind as to use some of her tinker magic to fix this.
I specialize in magic-infused items, Michael. I can't just repair any chair or table I come across.
So you have specialized mages for fixing a table?
Well, of course not. The mages specializing in furniture do both chairs and tables. Don't be absurd.
And you wonder why I don't get magic from the Mage Academy.
Elizabeth sighs.
It seems every time I send you outside on an errand, you return with more and more eccentric characters. I fear I should put you on house arrest.
Probably fair. We just checked. We got one more eccentric character to get. Yeah, we'll just go with the drinking one. Always liked pets.
I did used to pick up strays when I was a kid. Remember?
I'd say this is a bit more serious than a stray kitten. I understand why you brought these people here, and I respect Victoria's judgment. I just worry all of this activity will draw unwanted attention to us.
There's a sudden knock on the door, and the conversation dies.
This is strange. Who could that be at this hour?
Elizabeth walks over to answer the door, and she barely has turned the handle when it bursts open. The imposing figure of Goldner forces his way in, sneering at the group that waits him inside.
Good evening, Madam Alchemist. I hope you don't mind a bit of a surprise visit.
Yeah, you're kind of being an asshole right now. Two more men step into the shop. The figure's imposing as they push back the mine owner into the shop. Elizabeth keeps her cool, but you notice her knuckles turning white as she clutches her cane.
Messer Goldner. What an unexpected surprise. What brings you here at this late hour?
There's a crash as one of the men roughly pushes the remains of the bookshelf aside in order to make his way out to the kitchen. Goldner grins smugly.
Merely the concerns of a good neighbor. You see, the lads and I have been quite distraught about these strange occurrences. First the forest, and then this strange fire. And now it has come to our attention that an outlander is sneaking around somewhere in town. We were merely concerned and wanted to check in on you, to make sure he hasn't been hiding out somewhere in the remains of your shop.
The crash shot back, the sound of something shattering.
I think it's time for you and your friends to leave.
Uncomfortable silence as the man slowly turns to you. His eyes are cold with contempt.
I remember you. You were down at the flower shop as well. Magic filth plotting together, are you? No wonder we citizens have to take matters into our own hands.
Not calling the kettle black, we'll go with.
Talk about pots and kettles. The mines have made you rich by providing resources to magic scum like me. So, what exactly does that make you?
You filthy little.
You know as soon as the words leave your mouth that you've struck a nerve. Goldner's face contorts into something ugly and he raises his hand. Smack.
That is quite enough.
Elizabeth moves way too quickly for such an old lady, her cane smacking the man's hand roughly away before he can hit you.
I have tolerated your abhorrent behavior for the sake of keeping things civil, but I will not tolerate you laying even a finger on my apprentice.
You've never heard this tone in Elizabeth's voice, ever. Sure, you've seen her mad, but this is something entirely different. A level of absolute raw fury that makes even this man before her shrink back under her assault.
This is... Don't you dare speak like this to me. Do you even understand what you're doing?
Oh, I understand perfectly. Now, be so kind as to get lost.
Man looks furious, eyes flickering between you and your teacher. Oh, could call on people. But this one's our fight. Stands beside Elizabeth, giving her full support.
You heard the lady. Time for you to leave, Miss Eyre.
The guys from the back return to take the scene, looking a bit unsettled by the angry alchemist. They immediately join Guldner on either side, standing tall and intimidating. Guldner smirks smugly.
You really have some nerve talking to me like that. Be grateful we have other matters to attend to tonight. But this is not the end of this.
He leaves, his goons following right behind him. There's a collective sigh of relief in the room when the door slams shut. Elizabeth lets out a low chuckle and slumps against her cane, looking awfully pale. Are you okay?
Are you okay?
Come here, let's sit down. Elizabeth chuckles as you carefully glide her over to a chair so she can sit down for a moment. No need to fret, child. I'm fine. Just a bit more excitement than I'm used to, that's all. It is my own fault, though, for not wanting to admit sooner that this was the obvious outcome. Man has been on our case for years now, was looking for a chance to get in and wreak havoc on our hard-earned peace.
That seems odd.
Just who are they looking for anyway? What do they mean by Outlander? They are people of the mountain dwellers living beyond borders of the Athlone Empire. A reclusive society that rarely interacts with any of their neighboring states. If that one of them shows up here at this time, highly suspicious.
A stranger far away from home, caught in a local conflict due to their race. How very predictable.
Gotta find them first and get some answers. Very suspicious.
You do realize.
What, you want to go outside? Don't you think it's best if we stay out of this? We're already way too much trouble for my liking. Come on, now. And, my dear, where's your hero's spirit? Some poor fellows out there in the city being chased by an angry mob. Don't you want to lend a hand? Anne just glares at him dully, then sighs. Guess we could go take a look.
Okay.
I agree that catching this person seems to be in our interest. We could have gone anywhere in town by now. Others are magical beings, though, right? Should a hunter like you be able to track him down?
About that.
Just at least give it a try, right? I have important information that can help us. I'm loath to admit it, but I agree with you, Mime.
We don't have a lot of time, but paragons help you if any of you try something funny.
Fun? In your presence? Perish the thought.
You head out into the streets and begin your search. Victoria takes the lead, hand firmly planted on the hilt of her sword, eyes hard and focused. The streets are quiet at this late hour, and you notice nothing suspicious on your way into the market square.
So, Victoria, you can sense magic as well?
Guess that explains how you found me, out in the forest back then.
Actually...
Hunters can't sense magic, it's the swords they carry that guide them towards the chaotic magic. They're holy weapons forged by rituals following Teachel Izizith, the paragon and founder of the Magic Academy. I guess I shouldn't be surprised you would know about these practices, Anne.
Hunters did save my life by bringing me to the academy, so I've made it a point to be well informed.
Saved your life, huh? Also, Michael, would you stop that? I'm trying to concentrate.
He turned to Michael, who's smirking innocently, a little purple flame dancing in his palm.
Sorry. I was just curious as to how effective the holy weapon of yours was.
Honestly, all I see is a piece of dragon bone strapped to the hilt of your sword.
Really?
Dragon bone? It's quite the rare material. The dragons have been gone for centuries after all. It's quite popular in the use of weapon making since it provides the wielder with a bit of an edge, to say the least, over magical opponents.
Don't be absurd. Dragons? Really? That sounds like a fairy tale. Victoria, don't you agree?
But Victoria doesn't answer, her head snapping to the side at the same time as Mime's ears pick up intention. Guys, I'm sensing another sudden burst of spirit energy. This is a familiar kid comes shooting around the corner, wide-eyed and out of breath.
Alchemist! I'm so glad I found... I was going to the alchemy shop, but... Ronan, my brother... I saw him.
Are you okay? You haven't hurt or anything, right? Kim shakes his head, still wheezing, trying to get his breath under control.
Well...
My brother, he was in a group of people. They were all dragging this tall guy with them. All of them out of town. Looked like they went to the mines. It's brilliant,
Awesome.
Kim. We'll investigate once. Come along too. I want to help. You've done enough.
Actually...
Trust us that we'll do our work now. Fine.
I'll leave it to you, but... Please, take care, okay?
Kim leaves you and he follows directions to the mines. You arrive and head inside. The faint glow of the crystal is the only thing lighting your way. Once you go in further, you notice someone standing guard. Pretty sure you've seen him around town, buying flowers from Quinn's shop. Now his expression is empty, eyes on focus, like he isn't entirely there.
Yep. That one's definitely influenced by a spirit.
This is bad. If he sees us, he'll alert whoever's in there. There's no obvious way to sneak up on him either. Don't you know some alchemy remedy that might help us out? Something that maybe knock him out for a bit? Not a bad idea. Should be careful not to hurt him. Say that, but witnesses are such a hassle. Okay. Sleeping drought. Luckily, I knew that one already. You craft the potion and take a moment to weigh in the vial of your hands before you throw it in the cave. Glass shatters, the thin white mist spreads, the guard looks around, startled, making a move to run, then immediately slumps forward, collapsing on the floor.
Well, isn't this neat?
Alchemy can be kind of scary. You'll be fine.
Actually...
Made sure the potion only knocked him out.
Oh, really?
Makes me curious what other stuff this harmless type of magic is capable of. Don't get any ideas. We should move while we sell the element of surprise. Always so cold. Very well. Let's go. Wander deeper into the mines. Passage ends in an open cave, hiding behind a pile of big rocks. Someone's standing near the center. Man on his knees on the cold clay floor. Before stands Ronan, his frightening demon form.
You have to excuse my lack of manners, but I am growing impatient. Me and my brethren here have been waiting quite a while for this moment, and your stubborn hero charade is honestly starting to piss me off. So I will ask you, for the last time, how do we break the seal?
The man on the ground is unlike anyone you've seen before. His skin is colorless gray, hair white as snow, but along his exposed arm is running blue markings like crystal ore. When he looks up to glare at the demon, his eyes are alight with some gemstone glow.
You are fooling yourself if you think I'd ever bargain with a demon. Your end will come soon enough, and you will return to your prison once more.
Ronan lets out a low cackle.
And you believe that you will be the one to do that? The valiant hero swooping in to save the day? How well is that working out for you?
My failure is my shame to bear. I cannot change that. But I refuse to add any more regrets to my name. I will tell you nothing.
And it's good that there are other ways for me to gain your cooperation.
With a wave of his hand, a demon appears at his side, tall and lanky with soul size, staring down the outlander almost hungrily. Outlander is mildly quizzy, but hides it well behind a sneer.
So you intend to have this one possess me? You don't have the courage to do so yourself?
I usually prefer to be more hands-on. However, this body I'm inhabiting still has its uses, so I can't give it up quite yet. Do not fear, though. My brother here is quite capable of the task.
The demon moves in, and the outlander tries to shift away, but there's nowhere to go. You observe the cave carefully, feeling a spark of nerve settle in your stomach. So this is what you agreed to back when you made the deal with Alethea. These demons are not kidding around. You know from first-hand experience. Yet, something has to be done. And so we'll unpack the story going forward. We have confidence. We can do this. We feel great. You step into the room boldly.
Enough of this, Ronan. This ends here. I won't allow you to hurt any more people.
Ronan's red eye turns to you and his head tilts curiously to the side with a wicked grin.
Well, if it isn't the little alchemist. I could have sworn I'd left you dead in a ditch not too long ago. Well, that gives me a welcome opportunity to thank you. If it hadn't been for your timely arrival back in that alley, I would never have succeeded in possessing this foolish human properly. But, alas, you are not useful to me now. So it's time for you to die. For real this time.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
I agree. After all, it would be a hassle if my guinea pig was to die before I even got to start my research.
You and Mime do what you have to do. We'll make sure you're not interrupted.
Let's do this!
Switch those. The red needs to be more the blue. That other blue needs to be on top.
Pathetic.
It seems I have to answer a message from you, alchemist. Trust me when I say that will not happen again. The man disappears into the shadows. Turn to the stranger on the ground, who watches you curiously. Not having the best day, huh? You look like someone that can use a hand. You say, walking up to him, the stranger lets out a low chuckle as you help untie his hands.
Thank you.
Help would be most appreciated, yes. Thank you. He looks up at you, his eyes piercing, glowing orbs of light. They're beautiful, if I'm a little bit unnerving. I don't know if you're a mage, but couldn't let him hurt such a handsome face. We just said your eyes were beautiful, so. You grin as you help untie his hands. The stranger blinks and you swear for a moment. The color of his eyes turns a warmer hue as he chuckles awkwardly. Thank you, I guess? He looks at you, past you where the others are standing, and he bows his head deeply.
I am most grateful to all of you. That was quite a dangerous situation I found myself in.
Yeah, you really got yourself in a fine mess here. Just who are you, and how did you end up captured by such fine people?
My name is Caden. And as for how I came to be here, I was trying to help stop these demons leaking out of their prison. However, my efforts seem to have done nothing more than make the situation worse.
So you had something to do with the demons escaping into town?
Victoria's hand is already reaching towards her sword. Michael tuts.
How about we let the man talk before you draw that thing, hmm?
That's new.
said you were trying to stop the demons from escaping the prison. Do you mean the spirits were locked away somewhere else? Right? That's correct. Underground Craven hosts one of the few known demon prisons within the borders of the Alien Empire. Iron crystal ore seems to have been used to form a protective seal, unlike how the Goddess of Mercy won the final battle of the dragons by casting a spell. Yeah, my history knowledge is not great. War of the Dragons? I think I might have been absent in class with that was covered. It was at school? Well, no, but if I did, I would have missed that class for sure.
I don't understand.
You don't know? How is that possible? Maybe the Dags use other terms? These are all legends of the old religion. Afraid, my tall fan, that you have to fill us in, as these stories are not commonly told upon people in this land anymore.
How curious. I suppose I can give it a try. Though I am no bard.
A great many centuries ago, before there were humans or outlanders, the elder ones who inhabited the continent were at war with the ancient dragons. The war ended, and one of the seven gods, the goddess of mercy, cast a spell that sealed away the spirits of the dragons for good. The war was finally at peace when she and her brethren disappeared. Legend inspired many powerful mages in the centuries to come. They strived to create similar spells to get rid of favorable spirits. These ancient spells relied on crystals that occur naturally between this continent to fuel the seal. Many people hold records over such spirit prisons spread out across the continent, one of which resides under this valley. When we became aware that humans were now mining this resource, we suspected that might have unfavorable consequences. It weakened the seal. Exactly. I came here to mend the damage.
To mend the damage that had been done. Though, looking back now, I probably should have gone about this differently. I had brought with me an artifact for the task, and was in the midst of performing the ritual to mend the rift, when one of the miners interrupted me. I'm actually not too sure what happened after. The ritual failed, and I woke up in that man, Goldner's estate. I learned that he was the one in charge of the mining activity, and tried to explain the situation to him. However, he proved to be quite difficult.
Yeah, because he's probably working with the demons.
Good old Goldner. Always being an ass, even when the safety of the world is at stake.
That blasted idiot refused to listen to reason. Kept me locked up for days. And when I finally made a lucky escape, he and his goons chased me all across town. And I lost them. But then ran straight into those demon-possessed humans and, well, you know the rest.
Yep.
Looks like you've had a real stellar introduction to the outside world.
How shocking.
This is all so much new information, my head's spinning. Dragon spirits? The mines? What are we going to do about all this?
Yeah, let's
We
screw it,
can't let Goldner get away with this. Victoria, can't the Knights do something?
I am afraid that will be difficult. He might be quite insignificant on the political scene, but he is still a mine owner. Getting him charged with, well, anything, when we only have a foreigner as a witness, that would be difficult, if not impossible.
Well, what do you know, Victoria? I didn't think I'd see the day a knight would admit the system was corrupt. Honesty suits you.
Oh, get lost, Michael. I never said the Empire was perfect, but unlike you, I prefer to make positive changes while keeping order, instead of simply burning the whole thing down.
You say that as if the world weren't already on fire.
Is no one going to address the fact that all of this is based on, what? A legend? Dragons and spells of some forgotten goddess? None of this is based on factual information.
The records kept by my people are not lacking. If you want proof, then I am sure we can cross-reference it with any of this town's records.
That's going to be difficult.
I don't follow.
Back before our dear Academy mage was born, the Empire decided keeping records was too troublesome. It's much easier to appear competent after all, when all proof of your past mistakes disappears.
Yep.
So all such documents were destroyed. Whatever records they might have had in this town, they are gone. Together with the people who wrote them.
So the people would willingly destroy their own history? That's madness.
Welcome to human society.
His story does seem to match up with what we've experienced. And I don't see any reason why he would lie. I trust him for now. His story at least warrants some investigation. Don't you agree?
I still think this is a waste of time, but whatever. Do as you please.
With Anne appeased for the moment, Victoria turns to the Outlander, questions in her eyes.
You mentioned some kind of spell that could stop this?
I brought an artifact with me that has the power needed to mend tears and seals like these. If I'd succeeded in stabilizing it, then things could have gone back to the way they were. As long as no one went and broke it again.
Did you say powerful artifact?
Anne, please calm yourself. You'll scare the man.
The artifact is one of my people's most valuable treasures. However...
Well, what are you waiting for? Hand it over so I can take a look.
He did. I have no idea where he might have taken it.
Goldner took it.
Great. Now what?
I mean, if the artifact is already stolen, then it's hardly a crime if we go and steal it back. Right?
You know, we can't just waltz into the man's home and steal something. As a noble, no doubt he has all sorts of security to protect himself.
Mine probably could.
You're right. We should just kill this Goldner guy and stop the mining. That would be the easy solution.
How in the world is that a better solution?
Sounds like a better solution to me.
No one will have to die if we work smart. And trust me, you wouldn't survive the aftermath of such a scandal.
Spoil sport.
Yeah, spoil sport.
We'll find a way to get the artifact back from Goldner, but we're going in with a proper plan. There's still much about this whole situation that's too unclear.
Well, if information is what we're after... Caden, you've got to go through as much of this ritual as you can with me. I also need some detailed descriptions of this artifact we're looking for.
Okay, I'll go. There's no need to pull on me like that.
Guess we're going back to the shop? I wonder what Elizabeth is going to say to all of this.
She's used to it by
With
now.
the way
Keep them
things
straight.
have been going lately, I'd say she's grown used to these sort of things happening.
Would someone ever really get used to this? Such a strange group and such a strange quest. I wonder what will become of us all.
Leave the mines and return to the shop for the night. Which I assume is the end of chapter 1. Which is, in fact, where it seems to be a good stopping point. We will just pick up at the start of chapter 2 in the dreamscape with the dream at some other point. We dream that night. But if anyone's still here, hope you have a wonderful night. I am just going to quickly call it at this point and go to bed. Have a good one. See you around next week on Monday for Questmaster.